Hello there guys, and welcome back to another Forza Horizon 5 video on my channel. So in this video I'm going to be taking you through the autumn/storm season of Series 4, giving you tunes and tips for all the challenges in this week's festival playlist so that you can unlock this week's prizes. So this week we have another new car in the festival playlist, again for 25 points, and that is the Wuling Sunshine. According to AR12 Nick, this is the third best selling car in the world. Unless he said China, I don't know. Anyway, it's a Chinese MPV. It's pretty much a Ford Transit with windows, a Wuling badge, and just a bit smaller in size. But it is still pretty big. It weighs a lot because it's obviously a van, and it only has 84 horsepower. And hopefully, once I've unlocked this after this video, I'll be able to check it out over the next couple of days, and I'll probably make a video on it like I did with the Porsche 911 Sport Classic last week. So that is the car you can get for 25 points. It's brand new to Forza. It's never been in a Forza game before as far as I'm concerned. It definitely hasn't been in any Horizon games, so I'd highly recommend you do unlock this because it'll probably be empty in the auction for a few weeks, and then the price will probably skyrocket after that. And then for 40 points we have the Rimac Concept 2, which is, although it can be won in like wheel spins bought in the auction, I'm pretty sure you can't buy it in the auto show, but I might be wrong, but I think it's just probably quite a lot in the auto show. It is very valuable, as it says there, and it is a very good car to have, especially if you're into drag racing, if you're into electric cars and stuff like that. It's a really cool car to have in your garage. So I'll give you all the tunes you need for this week's championships, trial and games, and I'll also give you a few tips for all the other challenges in this week's festival playlist so that you can unlock these two awesome cars as well as the other prizes you'll get along the way. Okay, so first then, let's head over to the Forzathon weekly challenge, which is country rivals USA versus Germany. So for chapter 1 we don't need roads. All you need to do is own and drive any American or German car made before 2010. So basically filter in your garage to country, then select USA or Germany first, whichever you prefer, and find any car before 2010 from either of these countries, literally any. So there's loads of possibilities. If you've got loads of cars in your garage, you're going to have more to choose from. If you haven't got as many cars, you're obviously going to have a slimmer choice. It doesn't really matter what you pick. I've picked the 1969 Volkswagen Class 5 Baja Bug purely because I've used it for a Forzathon before. If you've been subscribed to the channel since the start of Horizon 5, within the first couple of weeks we had this car for a Forzathon in Series 1, I think. So I've already got the tune made, and it's ideal for the challenges we need for this weekly challenge. If you are picking a different car, however, though, I'd recommend one that's either slightly off-road based or can be tuned to be quite good off-road. So I wouldn't recommend, for example, picking a Lamborghini Diablo or something, because it will not be very good for the challenges that we need to use here. If you are using my car and tune, then the tune for my Baja Bug is #Forzathon tune, made on the 22nd of November last year, so within like the first month of the game, and it's created by me, Shylo 2017. It's off-road race tyres. It says it's on race suspension, but I've tuned that so that it's actually rally suspension. All-wheel drive. I think it's got the Porsche GT3 flat 6 in it. So it produces 950 horsepower, really good tune to use, and it'll definitely help you complete this challenge quickly. Okay, so once you've got in your USA or German car, you can head on to track 2, which is Face the Competition. So for this one, all you need to do is win a cross-country circuit event in your chosen car. So circuit events, obviously they're the ones with normally the 3 laps standard. The sprint ones are the ones that are just like point to point. You need to pick a circuit one from off your map to complete. Now I found that blueprints are a bit weird in Horizon 5. You can use blueprints, but you can't use custom routes. So I've created a blueprint for you that is 1 lap of the Estadio circuit, so it'll get it completed easily. There's 11 driver tires, so there's going to be you plus 11 driver tires, which is how it would usually be, because I found when you make the driver tires less, it doesn't actually count. So it's 1 lap, 11 driver tires around the Estadio circuit. It's a bit hit and miss, this blueprint thing, so I'm trying to make it so that I know this will definitely work. So hopefully it will work for this Forzathon. I don't really know, because blueprints are a bit hit and miss, like I said, so I'll go over and show you that share code now. Okay, so my event is at the Estadio circuit, as I said before. However, you do not have to have unlocked this circuit, and you do not have to go there. And if you just go in your pause menu into the event lab section and search the share code that is in the bottom right there, you will be able to find it, and it will bring up this event. So it's called Cross Country Forzathon 1 Lap. And the share code is 147445094. Type that in, like I said, and you'll be able to find my blueprint. 1 lap. You only need to do it once, so once you've done it, just come back into free roam and you'll be able to move on to chapter 3. Okay then, so once you've won your cross-country circuit, you'll be able to move on to chapter 3, which is called Go Go Go. For this one, all you need to do is earn 3 stars on any Trailblazer in your chosen car. So I've interpreted this as you have to get 3 stars. You can't just get like 1 star, 1 star, 1 star 3 times, or 2 star, 1 star. You do actually have to get 3 stars. So that means you're going to have to pick a Trailblazer that you know you can confidently do. But hopefully with my tune, or whatever tune you're using, you'll be able to get that completed easily. That's why I recommended using an off-road based car, because Trailblazers obviously have you doing cross-country point-to-point kind of free roam thingy. So I'll go and show you which one I'd recommend now, but just pick any that you feel confident in getting 3 stars in to get this completed. Okay, so from past experience, I haven't really done many Trailblazers, but from what I've seen of the ones that I have done, Canyon Run is a bit of an easy one if you manage to get it right. You just have to go through the tunnel, make sure you don't hit anything on the way out, you cut across here, and then brake and go up this road, and that is it completed. Especially with this car and tune, you should be fine with that. However, if you want a slightly easier one, then also this one at the end of the highway here, Malpays, is also a really good one. As you see, there's not really a big distance to go, you just got to navigate the little dunes that are in your way. Either of them two you should be alright in getting 3 stars in. You don't have to get through it 15 stars, you have to have 15 seconds left on your clock afterwards, if that makes sense. So that is that one. Okay, so finally, chapter 4, Crash and Dash, wants you to earn 5 crash landing combos. A crash landing, from what I can remember, is basically when you jump, and as you land you smash into, say, a fence or a breakable wall at the same time as landing, and that is a crash landing, because you're not landing clean, you're landing at smashing something that is obviously smashable. You can't just land and smack into a house, that doesn't count. So to get these, I'd probably recommend going to somewhere like these sand dunes, or on the top of the volcano where there's lots of bits lying around, somewhere on the western side of the map here where you can jump off the sand dunes and land on some fences or something like that. All you need to do is get 5 of these, and that will be your weekly Forzathon completed. For any daily Forzathon challenges that you're struggling with that appear throughout the week, let me know in the comments if you're struggling with any of them, or send me a message on Xbox and I can help you out with them. They're usually quite easy. They get you 10 or 20 Forzathon points each. Talking of Forzathon points, Forzathon shop this week is the Porsche 959 and the RJ Anderson Polestar. These are both relatively cheap in the auto show, I think, so I probably wouldn't waste 400 or 600 points on these, but it's completely up to you. For the arcade as well, this wasn't in last week, so I'll just quickly go over this. If you don't know what arcade is, it's basically the new Forzathon Live from Horizon 4. They pop up every 15 minutes on the map in like a pink circle, and then from the moment that that pink radius appears, you have 10 minutes to get there, and then they will start. There's 3 rounds, and you're just going to complete all 3 rounds. However, even if you're doing it on your own, it's really easy to get it done, so hopefully you won't have any problems. Okay, now then, onto the, let's say, more serious stuff, the Championships Trial and Games. The Championships get you 5 points each, Games gets you 3, and the Trial gets you 10 points. And even if you don't have the Hall of Fame unlocked, and it says that you can't complete the Trial, if you convoy with somebody that has got it unlocked, you'll be able to do that. Not sure whether I'll be able to help you with that, but if I do get any time over the next week or so, then I might be able to help you out. However, there's loads of awesome people in the community that will be able to help you out, like Stevio, Skippy, Steve the Pirate. They're streaming quite frequently at the moment, so they'll be able to help you out with that. So we'll start with the trial then, which gets you 10 points, as I said. For the 25 points Wuling, this is like over, well, nearly half of the points you need all in one. And for this, you'll get yourself a Caterham R500. So for this one, it's Country Rivals Road Racing, and all of these championships this week are B700. Last week it was C class, next week it will be A class, and spring it will be S1 class, unless it's S2, but I assume it will be S1. I did a full explanation of the World Cup in the first few minutes of last week's Festival Playlist video, so if you want to check that out, I'm not going to explain it again now because it takes up too much time, but if you want to check that out, then I'll link to that video on the end screen for you so you can get a brief kind of explanation or breakdown of what the World Cup actually means. And currently, by the way, I believe that Japan are winning and UK are in second, which is quite impressive actually. I thought we would be in last or second to last. So then, for each of these, I'm just going to give you a tune that I'm going to be using. However, because it's Country Rivals, you can pick whichever one you want. If you don't want to use my car because you want to support your own country, if of course your own country is participating, or you just want to pick a different car because you prefer that car, it's completely up to you. I'm just giving tunes out just to help those people that either aren't very good at tuning or just need a bit of extra help completing these Festival Playlist activities. That's basically what my channel is about, tips and tricks and a few other things. So the trial then is road racing, and there's 6 cars available for this one. So we have the 1995 Chevrolet Corvette, we have the Ferrari 365 GTB4, the 1992 Honda NSXR, the 2015 Jaguar XES, XES, the Porsche 911 Turbo 3.3 and the 2018 Megane RS Renault. So for this one, I've gone with my home country, the UK, because I've picked the Jaguar, purely because it is one of the cheapest, but that's not the point. I actually really like this car. I think it's quite stylish, especially in real life. So I've created a tune for you for this one, and you can also use this in the Street Racing Championship, which we'll go on to in a minute or so. Now currently, at the time of the recording, this is the only car this season that I've managed to put a paint job on I'm going to be using. Obviously last week I did it for all of them. However, this week I've been using cars from different countries. So for example, I've got to make the French flag, the Italian flag, the American flag. So I've only managed to put a paint job on this one. However, I do believe it's a bit cleaner than the Defender and the Jag that I used last week. And I feel like it's a bit more stylish. So if you want to go and download this, I'd massively appreciate it. It doesn't take me too much time, but because I'm not a good painter as such, I'm quite proud of this, to be honest, because yeah, I'm not really very good, and obviously I had to create the flag myself as well. So I kind of wanted to prioritise getting this video out for you guys before I actually did the rest of the paints. So hopefully over the next couple of days I'll be able to paint all of my cars for me to then do the championships myself. Okay then, so my tune for this one, under the game tag Shylo 2017, is called B Trial WC World Cup UK. Bit complicated, but because of the lesser character restrictions I had to kind of squeeze it in. So you may notice that it's rear wheel drive, it's on street tyres and sports suspension. We've got 350 horsepower, we've also got the Forza rear wing, which you will just see then when I was showing you the design. So the rear wheel drive, you might be thinking, I don't really like rear wheel drive. Well, I don't really like it either. Well, I do like it, but I'm not really very good at it because I just spin out all the time. But don't worry, this tune is actually okay. I've tested it thoroughly, and by thoroughly I mean for like 15 minutes, sending it around loads of different types of scenarios, and it is really, really good. You can hardly spin it out, even on launch it's pretty good. Yes, you do get a bit of wheel spin, but it is actually okay. Because we're in lower classes, rear wheel drive's actually okay. It's when you get kind of A class, S1 class that it gets a bit sketchy, and that's kind of my limit for rear wheel drive. So that is the tune for that one. As I said earlier as well, you can also use that drag tune for the Home Street Home Championship. The only difference is that it's street racing and the car restrictions are slightly different. However, the drag does still appear in the list. So if you want to still support my country, I would very much appreciate it, and you can also use the tune for that. So street racing then, the other cars you can use: 2009 Ford Focus, the M3 from 2005, Lamborghini Miura, Nissan Skyline GTR from 93, and the 2008 Renault Megane R26R. So they are the tunes for that one. Okay then, so the same as last week, the Games and the Dirt Championship allow you to use the same cars because it classes the Games as Country Rivals Dirt Racing, the same as the Supersonic Championship, so the restrictions are exactly the same. Obviously one gets you 3 points, one gets you 5. The Games, you don't have to win, so don't be quitting if your team's losing, just play it out and you'll still get the points anyway. The cars that you can use for both of these events are the Audi Sport Quattro, the number 5 Escort RS 1800, Maserati Levante, the Mini JCW GP from 2012, the 2008 Renault Megane that we saw in the street racing one. I've got a tune for that one, and the 2004 Subaru Impreza WRX. So the car I'm going to be using for this one is the Renault Megane. As you may have seen in the street racing one, you can also use it for that. So if you don't want to use my Jag, you can use the Megane for the street racing, the Games, and also the Dirt Racing Championship, all with one tune. It's completely up to you, just mix and match your tunes. You don't have to use any of these tunes I'm suggesting. Like I said earlier, it's just to help you out if you need it. The only problem I'd say with using this tune on the Street Racing Championship is that it's on full off-road race tyres, so you're not going to have as much grip on the road as you are obviously on the dirt. However, having already done the Dirt Racing Championship with this tune, it still grips fine on the dirt. Yes, you do get a bit of understeer because of the tyres and because of it being front wheel drive. However, it's a really good balanced car, so it's completely up to you, Jag or Renault or any other car you want to use. So it's got 250 horsepower, it's really light, being like a race kind of hot hatch thing. It's really light at only 1.2 tonnes. I've kept it front wheel drive because with these lower classes I'm trying to keep it traditional, so front wheel drive, rear wheel drive, a couple of all wheel drives. And the tune is called Dirt/Playground Games France, made by me as always. Okay, so the last championship then is called the Big Leagues and gets you 2019 Lamborghini Urus, and it's Country Rivals Cross Country, again in B class. Unfortunately, because I've already done this one with one of the SG crew last night, I can't actually click the View Eligible Cars button, it doesn't do anything. So I'll just show you which car I'll be using, and then you can see for yourself what the other cars you can use if you don't want to use my tune. Okay, so this one then, I'll be using the 2018 Land Rover Range Rover Velar First Edition. I would just like to point out, ignore the massive Forza wing, the roof bar on the front, the lights on the roof and the full off-road race tyres, although the off-road race tyres do actually help. They were just to reduce the PI so that I could fit the 5 litre V8 DSC in it, which produces 581 horsepower. It does mean that it weighs a lot, it weighs nearly 2.3 tonnes. And yeah, it doesn't really turn that well. Although it's got loads of horsepower, it doesn't have very good acceleration either, because it's got lots of drag, but you know, it's alright. And I would just like to point out, the first race of the championship is a bit sketchy, going down the volcano. If you hit a bump at the wrong angle, you will miss the checkpoint, because the 2 times I did it, because the first time we failed, I did miss the checkpoint both times, so yeah, I would just like to point that out. Anyway, the tune for this one then is called Cross Country UK World Cup, and you can search that by my gamer tag Shylo 2017. Okay then, so for the photo challenge this week, #FastTrack, which will get you an applause, car horn and 2 points. All you need to do is photograph the 2017 Ferrari 812 Superfast on the Horizon Mexico circuit. It says that you have to photograph it racing, you don't have to actually enter the festival circuit race. You can just drive around where the race will actually go in the festival main stage area and it will get it completed. I'll show you me doing it now. Also, first, I would just like to point out, if you do not own this car, it is 350,000 credits in the auto show. It's actually more expensive in the auction because loads of people are selling them thinking they're going to make loads of money. When I searched it, they were selling for around 480,000, 485,000 credits in the auction, and that was 2 days ago. So I'd recommend checking the auction to see if they're cheaper, but if they aren't cheaper, then just buy it from the auto show, or you could just not buy it at all, because there's only 2 points you're losing out on. If you're a 100% person, then obviously you need to buy it. And I've also created an S1 rear wheel drive tune for you on rally tyres with 1076 horsepower if you wanted to use that. Not saying you would, but if you do, you can find that by my gamer tag. As you can see, this is my photo here that got it unlocked. Okay then, so for the final few challenges, the Horizon Open Good Sport, earn 5 clean start skills in Horizon Open Racing. All you need to do, head over to Horizon Open, select the racing, and then just make sure that when you start in the races you're not smashing into anybody, ramming or smashing into things. Just get some clean start skills. It might take you a couple of races, it might take you 5 races, it just depends until that pops up. For the collectibles 2-wheel Challenger, you need to smash 10 bicycles for the Challenger 15. I'll show you the location of some bicycles now, however they're scattered all over the map. I would also recommend going in solo so that you can smash through them, then rewind, they'll reappear and you can smash through them again to make it quicker. Okay, so this is the location here on the map. As you can see, I'm still in my Ferrari, but it doesn't matter what car you're in to smash these. It's kind of a little park area. So if I show you now, you can see the bicycles in front of me here. There's a row here, so I'm just going to smash through them. And there's also another row here. However, if your lot of bicycles is less than 10, like I said, going solo, then you can smash through them, rewind, and then go through them again. And that is that completed. And then finally, for the monthly rivals, if you didn't do this last week, you can do it in any of the 4 weeks of this series, so summer, autumn, winter, or spring, and it'll complete it for all of the seasons. Even if you complete it to this week, it'll complete it for last week as well, because it is a monthly thing. You just need to enter it. You can click on it from here, it'll take you to the Stadio circuit, and it'll put you in the Neo EP9 that we got last week. You just need to go around and post a clean lap. You do not have to beat your rival, just make sure you haven't got an exclamation mark next to your lap at the end, and that is it completed. Okay, so that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you have enjoyed and these tunes have helped you unlock the Wuling and the Rimac, then please subscribe to the channel. It would massively help me out. And also let me know what experience you've had of this season and what you're looking forward to in the next coming weeks. So thank you as always for watching. As I said, hope you enjoy unlocking the Wuling, and also, as I said, I will try and make a video on it at some point during the next week. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you then. Bye!